All right, so in this video, I'm gonna be basically showing you guys some plays that we took in our VIP using Wckyoff and using Elliott wave. You actually taking these trades off the 1 minute and even the 2 minute time frame. So I'm gonna be breaking down my concept, kind of how I look at market, what I look for, how I established it, and so forth.
Keep it loaded, most certainly. Yeah, get it loaded. You just ride the way. If you ride the way, shawty ride the.
All right, first and foremost, guys, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, because in this YouTube channel, I go over very detailed on Elliott wave, Wckyoff, smart money, even retail, retail trading. I go into basics of wave patterns and so forth, right? And I get it and I break it down in a way where it can all make sense, because at the end of the day, guys, everything that you hear people talk about as far as like higher highs or Elliott wave or wave patterns, it doesn't matter, because they are all just different lingos. So, like I said, I break everything down in this video or in my YouTube channel. So make sure you guys subscribe. Now, link down below. If you guys are interested in signing up with Ospreyfx, you absolutely can, especially if you have a small account. You are actually able to even trade major pairs, cryptos. You can even do exotic and mainly indices. Let's say that you are interested in trading US 30, NASDAQ 100, S&P 500. You will want to make sure you have MT4, MT5 through Ospreyfx, and then you wanted to select US 30.mini, NASDAQ 100.mini, because that is giving you the ability to trade with a absolutely small account. So make sure you guys use the link down below if you want to go ahead and get started with Ospreyfx. All right, so first I want to go into this trade that we had played out very well. This was GBP yen, and basically if we were to select this, you guys will see here, basically I had said earlier that we were looking for a Wckyoff play of action, schematic play of action. I noticed how we had some selling pressure, right? But what ended up happening is, as I looked more into it, I realized, well, this looks like a manipulation fake out for when people assume for anybody that trades resistance and support. You see here, this will be your resistance band, and then you will realize that, hey, I got a double top, I see an engulfing candle, let's sell it. So your idea of selling it, maybe you might been this low here, and you probably might have made money, or maybe might have been this low, even these lows down here. But the problem is, the majority of traders are looking for the major lows down here. Now, I actually said this in my VIP. If you guys want to go ahead and join, you can definitely join. But in my VIP, I mentioned, hey, we actually have a fake manipulation move going down, taking out the sellers. I do see market coming to this area here, this point of interest area here. This is a refined supply level that I captured on a smaller scale, and this is an area that I was looking for market to come to. Also, if you guys pay attention up here, which I'm gonna kind of break down a little bit, is that we had a full Wckyoff play of action here, right? We had our buy climax, we had our AR, we had our sprint, or our secondary test, and then here we had our spring UT, you can call it that, and then market came down and then gave us R. This is a smaller version of a bigger Wckyoff that I'm gonna show you guys, but came down, gave us our test, and then right here, that's when price dropped. But if you look at the bigger picture, we actually have, let me show you guys in my actual trading view. All right, so if we look at the bigger picture, you guys will see that we had a buy climax, we had a rally, and then we had our spring test, or I'm sorry, a secondary test, and then we had the whole UT and then UTAD up all the way up here, and the price shot all the way down, and then it created a bigger test, which had another beautiful order block. It hit right here, and then price decided to shoot down. So when I posted that, basically I was saying, guys, we are looking for price to head up, and exactly that is what happened. So as we seen price head up, usually I capture a lot of my moves off the 1 minute time frame. But we basically had the same exact reaction here. We had another schematic play as well. If you guys looked at it like that, you can definitely see it also maybe like a in a diagonal, possibly. Anybody that is interested in a diagonals is something I do teach in the VIP as well. But we had everything that relied here, right? We had a beautiful double top. If you guys would have seen that, maybe a triple top, or maybe just a bigger double top, however you guys would have seen it. But regardless, guys, I seen an opportunity here because we had a break of structure, right? Minor structure was in here, right? I noticed we broke this structure. Also, we had another break of structure here. Now, I was actually knocked out when this trade happened. This is usually why I post a lot of ideas before I do this, before I fall asleep or anything, because I do know a lot of plays will play out when I'm knocked out. However, I didn't put a limit order here just because I wasn't 100% sure if we were going to peak right back at this high here. So, you know, I did say everybody to be on the lookout. If you do see minor structure to break, this is what you're looking for. So minor structure broke these areas here, and once minor structure breaks these areas, I just simply look for a retest to fulfill some type of mitigation area that needs to be mitigated, or, you know, just some type of imbalance area, and then just want to see price head down from there. So that being said, I basically went ahead and took out of these lows, which would be this low here and also this low here. Now, I'm gonna be showing you guys the perfect world of a setup that I look for, so you guys can understand exactly what I'm talking about. But I just want y'all to understand one quick thing. When I look at every high and every low, you know, I always look at these areas as areas that needs to be fulfilled, right? Because you guys probably hear this all the time where you get break of structure and then a retest. Soon it has to retest. Well, that's basically saying that smart money is trying to grab the liquidity out of these highs or out of these lows. And what liquidity essentially is, if you guys haven't seen my other video, please watch that. I will link that. I'm not gonna get into too much detail, but basically it's an area of money where retail traders, small money, has left for everyone else to see, such as smart money, such as the big banks, such as the algorithms. They know logically you guys have money floating right here, meaning that you have support and resistance. For my support and resistance traders, you're like, oh, you know, limit order here, you see in the golfing candle. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys would trade like this, right? Or you see a double bottom off of this area of support and you say, all right, I'm gonna buy it. And when you buy it, you know, you probably made money maybe to this high, but that doesn't always happen. And I'm gonna show you why. Because if you look here, you see basically the same concept, right? Price came in, we got an engulfing candle, and then you probably would have took highs here and then when it hit. Now, honestly, when I first started trading, I'll say my second, third year, I was definitely trading like this. And I realized like this never worked out. So I always try to tweak it to find out what will really work. Maybe I was like, well, if I add a double bottom to it, would that change the concept? I did that. And then right when I get the double bottom, get the engulfing candle off of this, I realized we still don't get nothing. So, you know, you really got to pay attention to everything else as far as what logically all retail traders are doing. You want to kind of be against that because that is where smart money is trying to get their money, right? You heard the saying, the rich get richer, the poor get poorer. That's exactly what's happening in the market 24/7 of trading. So now let me show you guys the perfect world of my concept. So basically, my concept is I always look for an impulsive rally down, right? An impulsive wave. When I talk about Elliott wave, I always break this down, guys. I've been talking about this forever. I know there's 5 waves, right? There's 5 waves inside of an impulsive wave, either going down or going up. And how I measure these 5 waves is I use the fib extension tool as well to kind of give me the measurements, right? Now, within that, I also know that we get something called a pullback, right? A pullback is an Elliott wave known as a 3 consolidation or corrective cycle. And what happens is you will start seeing market do something like this. Go up, down, and then up. And sometimes they might hit this area of supply, which is here. So I look at this right here. Now, after this is established within this area point of interest, or here, this is where I look for my entries, right? I head on a smaller scale, like a 2 minute, 1 minute, and I either start looking for a in and diagonal pattern, a Wckyoff schematic play, or some type of price action pattern, like a double top, double bottom. But the way I look for these double top, double bottoms is not typical, or I just only trade when I see it. It's more refined, and it's more what I like to say, minor structure inside of minor structure. So what I mean by that is if I see on a 5 minute that we got double top, it breaks this minor, and then I see another double top on a smaller scale, that's usually when I'll enter. And I talk more about this in you know, in the community and so forth. And also I do talk about it somewhat in our YouTube as well. So there's always information I'm giving you guys. But what I'm getting at is that's what I look for. So when I see that, I then now say, all right, you know what? Let's say we got our action right here, our play of action right here. I go ahead and look for my opportunity, and then I sell it, right? Right when I sell it, I look for the minor lows to hit first, which is one right here, and this is my other low. Once that gets hit, sometimes what I then do is either, depending on the direction of, depending on the order flow of market, I will then use my fibs, right? Drop from that point high to that swing low, And then wherever I see these -27 and 618, that is where I take that final TP and ride it to. And this is how we usually get our 1 to 10s plus 1 to 20s and so forth. Because at the end of the day, like I said, guys, and I talk about this so many times, I trade zigzags all day. What a zigzag is simply an ABC pattern just like this: A, B, and C. Inside of the A leg, you get 5 waves. Inside of the B leg, you get 3 waves. And inside of the C leg, you get 5 waves. That's a zigzag. Another common pattern that you guys will see, especially if you are an Elliott trader, is sometimes you'll get a flat, or sometimes you'll get more of an expanding flat like that, right? So that's usually what I trade. And I see, especially in Forex, guys, it's very, very, if you were to actually look at the monthly time frame or the weekly time frame in Forex, when I just say Forex, I mean anything in Forex pairs, not gold, not commodities, not indices. That's not Forex, guys. FX pairs, you will see this happening on a higher scale. And all this is a bunch of zigzags, flats, ABCs, and so forth, right? So that's why I love trading this type of reaction when we are dealing in Forex, because it's just consolidating 24/7. So that's what I look for, right? That's what I look for. Now, of course, I get way more in detail with it in the community and all, but I just want to show you guys that's the play of action right here, right? We had our 5-wave cycle right here, right? Even the 5-wave cycle, and here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And then within that 5-wave cycle, I looked for some areas where market can retrace to pull back, which we had a refined supply level here. We also had another supply level here that it did peak out of. And then within these 2 supply levels, we had our actual Wckyoff schematic play. Also, you guys could have seen this as a double top being basically matte, and then also minor structure breaking that and making another double top, which I talk about a lot. And that's our opportunity to sell. And then now we can sell it to these lows here, minor low, or you guys can call it internal low, or intermediate low, intermediate low, whatever you guys want to go for. The names don't matter to me at all. Names do not matter to me. But what happens is market shot down, and then now if I drew my fibs from this high, because this is the swing high of this impulsive, which is the 5-wave cycle, and it's a swing low, look where my -27 and 618 is meeting, right here in this liquidity pool, which is this high or this low. Remember I said earlier, every high and every low has to at least be met. So that's what's happening right here. You guys clearly see that we have this, and this is what I'm looking for price ahead right now as we speak. So, I'm going to keep you guys posted on this opportunity or this trade here. But what we always do is every time the first TP gets hit, we move our stop loss to break even. And the second TP, usually I take out more. So here's the thing. I take out usually about 50% once TP1 hits, and I'm on my stop loss to break even. After that, TP2, I usually take all profit depending on my RR, or sometimes if I see an opportunity like this, I skip past TP2, still have my stop loss at break even, and just ride it to this TP. And that's all I do, right? Or you can just say, you know what, instead of taking 50% out, you can just move your stop loss to break even and just let it ride out. There's so many different strategies of managing your money, guys. You all should know this by now. You got so many different rules of, oh, if I just save $10 every week, I will have this XYZ. Or, oh, if I put $100 in my investment account, I will have this amount. Or if I do $20 every 3 weeks, I will have, so that's what I'm getting at. There's so many different ways to manage it. Just make sure you understand how to manage your trades. And I say this is very important because everybody wants a strategy. Like, that's the #1 thing, especially for my new traders. Y'all, and I know I have a lot of y'all on my channel watching where y'all just want to learn a strategy. I get this in my comments all the time where, oh, I just want, what's your strategy? What's your strategy? What's your strategy? What's your strategy? What's your strategy to get to here? Like when I did the $1,300 and $240K in 3 days, that's not recommended for any new traders, right? Or if you just know you want to be in the game, if you've been trading for a long time, but your mentality is still, I want to make money quick because I got bills to pay, it ain't for you. Because the way what I did, yes, I had a higher risk, but I understood what I was managing, if that makes sense, right? I came in the game knowing that I'm going to come with a higher risk, but I know what I'm managing. And since I had that thought process, I immediately knew what I can do. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people can do flips like that, and that's the only flip they can do, which means that can be maybe they had a lucky week, right? And then after that, they're like, oh, I'm not making anything. Well, if you guys watch my other videos, you guys see do $100 flips all the time to a quick $1,000 in a couple days. I think another one I did 600 to 10,000 is it's also my YouTube channel. So what I'm getting at is I'm not bragging at all. I'm just letting you guys know that consistency with me is definitely here, right? Especially if you are in my VIP community. You see the signals I call, you see the ideas. I don't really like calling too much signals. I like posting more ideas because I'm trying to teach you guys how I see the market and not just, oh, buy and sell. You know, when I do post my signals, these are the ideas that I post within my signals, right? These are all the ideas that we post within our signals. And as you guys see here, you know, I post, I mean, well, we got a lot of people in here posting a lot of stuff, but I post things like this right here. For instance, this wasn't a signal I called. I said, guys, I'm looking for gold to shoot to 1754. And I think right here, gold was roughly around 1782, right? And I was basically saying, looking for gold to shoot down. And then I kind of just kept them posted like, look, price shot down. We're still looking for gold to shoot down. And then it shot down. Like, I'm mainly about ideas more than signals. But, you know, synthetics, I post a lot on synthetic, guys, as well, before, and this is the after. I mean, my goal is to make sure I give you guys as much knowledge as I can, right? As much knowledge as I can. So that's my opportunity. And then when I do post signals, I try to show you guys the setup before and then the after, right? And that's usually what I do. So it's very important to understand that I'm a man of education than just giving you guys signals, because you're not going to learn anything off of signals. We all know this, right? So that being said, that's pretty much the opportunity that I had right here. Also, I'm gonna go over this trade and then we should be good. So here you guys have the same setup. Actually, I did call out a signal on this one, and it was for a Wckyoff play here. But then I realized, I realized we weren't done with this whole Wckyoff play, because it was a bigger play of action that I seen, which was this right here. If you guys pay close attention, I'm on a 5 minute right now. You see that we have a 5-way cycle going down, right? 1, 2, this all could be 3 and then 4 and then 5. It can also be looked like that, but we did have a full cycle right here. Within that cycle, I look for the imbalance supply demand levels. I did have other levels here before, right? But we never broke these lows. So that kind of gave me the signal that we're not going down. We broke these lows, which is the signal that we're going down. But I had impulsive, which is 5 waves inside the A leg, 3 waves inside the B leg, but you're seeing more aggressive moves. So this is 5 waves. So right here can kind of tell me what this whole overall pattern can be, which is 5 waves, 5, and then boom, and then this could be more of like a potential flat, or we could get moved to come here, get, you know, take out all of these liquidities, pools, and then head up. Or just because I know that on a higher scale, we are in a bigger correction. However, us being in the bigger corrections, we still have a downtrend happening, right? So it's just all about just being within a moment, not going too far out, and not trying to overthink it. You just want to be cautious of that. But either way it goes, let's go back to this trade. I noticed that we was still in a up move, and I noticed, however, we weren't done with the schematic play. So I said, all right, guys, go ahead and break even. We end up breaking even on semi-breaking even with that trade. Now here we actually have another play of action again, and I'm gonna kind of break this one down. So here we have our what we call our SC, right? And right here we got our SC, our rally right here, and then we got our secondary test right here. And then right here we kind of got what we want to call, either you can call this your ST in phase B, right? And then here we got the spring. Right when we got the spring, which y'all probably might know this as a V for my retail traders, or you might see this as a head and shoulders for my retail traders. We got that. This is our neckline for retail traders, but for me, I'm looking at this as my minor structure breaking. Once we broke that, we finally got a retest inside of imbalance that I caught on a 1 minute, I believe. And then this was a limit order that I had caught out. And in a limit order, we had TP1 actually being here. This was our TP1 actually right here. Right when I always say TP1 hits, move your stop loss to break even and take 50% out. TP2 got hit. Once TP2 got hit, as you guys see, TP1, once we hit TP1, we had no retracement back, or no drawdown back to our entry, which is beautiful. And then boom, you know, it just went all the way up. And the reason why I believed in this one more is because I knew we were going to create a bigger schematic play right here. So as you guys see, we had another play of action here, another play of action here. So this is pretty much how it works, guys. Now, like I said, guys, make sure you use the broker down below, Ospreyfx, to go ahead and start trading with a small account and start catching these 1 to 7s, right? This right here is a 1 to 6 overall, but you can start catching these beautiful plays. Right here we had another play of action that excuse me, that I called out in the VIP as well. So, you know, guys, like I said, you can catch a lot of these great moves. So other than that, guys, make sure you check it out. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Be up to date with everything. Peace and love. I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care.